Salutations, this is Grim Devell, and welcome to another series of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This is my first game in version 0.33, which released earlier this month. I didn't quite make the tournament window. I'm recording this first episode on May 23rd, and the tournament I think ended on like May 18th or 16th or something like that, so didn't quite make that, but that's okay. That just adds undue stress I don't need. But I'm very excited to be playing in .33. There are a couple of new species in .33, which you may immediately notice here. We have the Poltergeist, who has effectively replaced the vampire. But don't worry, vampire lovers, there is still the presence of vampires in the game in the form of a new vampire talisman. Or it might not be called vampire talisman, but it's effectively a vampire talisman. And the Poltergeist is a very interesting class that is very different from the vampire. We'll talk about that in a bit. And the other one is a Revenant. Both of these are very glowy classes. The Revenant replaces the Ghoul, and is still relatively Ghoul-ish. It's way closer to the Ghoul anyway than the Poltergeist is to a vampire. I think it's still, if memory serves, well, it says right here they empower damage-dealing spells by consuming memories. So it does have some obviously very significant differences. If memory serves, I guess they still are empowered by defeating people, which ghouls also did. I think they may also have some similar aptitudes. But we're going to try the Poltergeist, mostly because it's just so different, and I really want to try it. Poltergeists are fairly unique in that not only are they undead, but they are incorporeal, which means they can't be, not only can they not be poisoned, or tormented, and as undead are, they're also susceptible to holy damage. They also can't be trapped by webs or nets. They can't be petrified. So those are some interesting bonuses. So we're gonna look at the aptitudes for the Poltergeist here. And where are you, Poltergeist? It's not highlighting it. I think if I select the Poltergeist first and then say aptitudes. Here we go. So we've got, on the Poltergeist, no armor. They cannot wear armor. And the way, this is also pretty unique, is Poltergeist, they can't wear regular armor, but they can wear cloaks, gloves, hats, or helmets, and boots, I think. So all of the ancillary armor slots they can wear, and they can wear multiple. They can wear, I think, up to 8 different pieces of armor, and they could all be hats. They could be some combination of all of them. And they just kind of I think, conceptually just float around inside your ghost form. They do have some aptitude for dodging, high aptitude for stealth, low aptitude for shield, but I guess they can still use a shield. Low invocations, low evocations. Interestingly, pretty decent throwing aptitude, which I think comes into play when they get to a bit higher level and they get an ability to take all of those floating pieces of armor and have them all explode, which of course lowers their armor class, but has some interesting effects on enemies. I don't actually know if the throwing skill is related, if that's affected by the throwing skill. But it is cool to have another high throwing aptitude species, because there aren't a lot. Low hit points, which makes sense. Decent willpower. And then low fighting skill, that makes sense. Pretty low weapon aptitudes, except for short blades. Long blades are also not bad. So that's good to know. And low range, but we've got that high throwing. And short blades make sense. This does kind of replace the vampire, and the vampire was, where it is related to the vampire was kind of a short blade using hexing class for the most part. And the Poltergeist is even more of a hexing class, because not only will they have high hexing aptitudes, as you can see right here, a +4 in hexing, but they get armor class bonus by debuffing enemies around them. That's a pretty interesting, unique mechanic. that I'm excited to explore. And it does mean they're particularly well suited for using hexes, for using brands that hex, for getting gods that debuff the enemies around them. Really low conjurations, not high spell casting either. Okay, necromancy, we are undead. And, kind of like staggered elemental abilities, including decent alchemy, air, and ice. But that high hexing aptitude, we are definitely going to be taking advantage of. So, I definitely want to either do Hexslinger or Enchanter as our starting background. Although, I think there is also a case, and this is very rare. This might be the only species that has Chaos Knight as a recommended class. Chaos Knights start as worshippers of Zom, and Zom is the god of chaos who will not only, potentially give you, like, positive random things that happen to you, but negative ones also. But the reason they suggest it for the Poltergeist is because one of the things that Zom commonly does is buff or debuff enemies, and I think those debuffs on those enemies, which do occur, I think, a little more often than the buffs, do help you, do have synergy with your poltergeisty powers. So that's a very interesting choice. Hexslinger, you carry a sling and use hex magic to make your foes more vulnerable to attacks from afar. We wouldn't be using the sling. I think we would mostly be using thrown weapons. And of course, there's the Enchanter, which use hexes, start with a dagger, potions of invisibility. That's probably like the safest class to start with. Chaos Knight is really tempting, to be honest. Although I also kind of am thinking there are some gods that work well with the Poltergeist, like Hep, using like a Hexer ancestor, which of course we wouldn't be able to do using the Chaos Knight. We would be tied to Zom. But you know what? I'm also kind of thinking this is me trying this class. This is more of like a trial game. We might make it all the way. Who knows? I'm going to take it seriously. But I've certainly never played a Chaos Knight on my channel. And I think in the moment I'm going to say, let's try a Chaos Knight Poltergeist. Let's do it. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We will start... So the Chaos brand, which Zom gives you Chaos brand, is good for us. It's and it works much better with fast weapons. Chaos brand can buff enemies that you hit, but it has a higher chance of debuffing them. So if you just attack as quickly as you possible, the enemies you fight will be getting more debuffs than buffs. That's kind of the concept. So we are going to start with the fastest weapons possible, which are going to be short blades for us. Okay. Welcome, Gremdevel, the Poltergeist Chaos Knight. Below lies the Orb of Zot, rumored to be powerful enough to resurrect a god. Zom says, a new plaything. So let's take a look at our skills here. Make sure they're manually set. Oh, I didn't set my RC file for the new version, I'm realizing. So I do need to fix some of this. I don't like how this looks, and I don't remember how to change it. There we go. All right, cost instead of training. This is good. It's manually set. So I'm just going to get fighting to 3 for now. We will get short blades to... we get that short sword of chaos. And we start with a +2 cloak. I can't remember what haunted exactly does. I think it just means that we're wearing it. We're going to put skill target on the short swords, which is just 10. We should get there pretty quickly. Dodging makes sense. And we don't have any... we will be doing hexes as soon as we can, but we don't have any hexing magic yet. So let's get the short blades up. And I think this is good. Just 3 skills to start with. And once we get some throwing weapons like darts, we probably will want to use darts a bunch, because even darts we don't usually use, because they do debuff. Just more debuffs on more enemies will be good for our armor class. Okay, and let me get rid of this. I don't even know what that is. And the messaging and stuff, until I copy the RC file, which I'll try to do remember to do for next game. There might be some differences in how messages come across and things like that. And also what we what we automatically pick up. Yeah, right now it's saying don't pick up thrown weapons, which I definitely want to do. Pick up stones too. Okay. Oh yeah, look at this. So it's a new version. There's a lot of new stuff, including Gel's gravitambourines. That's fun. And look at all these talismans. Look at all of these new talismans. There's so many cool talismans now. And unfortunately, this is not a talisman run. Poltergeists are specifically forbidden from transformation, so we can't use any of these. But I have a feel like after this run, I would love to do a run that explores these talismans, because these look really fun. Okay, so we're going to start. We are a Chaos Knight. That is a difficult starting background. So we're going to try to be careful as we go. I'm not going to be auto-exploring. We can fly, though, which is really powerful in the early levels, especially as, like, hey, there's lava right here. Most of the enemies can't fly, so these enemies cannot chase us past the lava. What just happened? Oh, that was Zom! Wow. Zom just lights up the Force fireworks. So those are... What are these? How do they work? A living spell. Black smoke, summon friendly. Zom is going to be fun. So this is... It does Force Lance. Thanks, Zom. It just killed things for us. Did we get the XP for that? Yeah, I think so. I think we're already like a tenth of the way there. Look, Zom just paralyzed this ball python. All right, run back, though, because we are hurt. All right, let's kill. All right, that'll do that. Okay, great. Lightning courses through the ball python. Yeah, we're gonna get all kinds of buffs on our chaos weapon, and bad things will happen too. But let's take a look. Also, I started exploring, but we didn't actually look at our abilities. So we're insubstantial. We can't be petrified. We can't. So that's gonna be really awesome. Like fighting Catoblipuses. They're gonna be so easy for us now. We can't be ensnared. Amazing. Can't be set on fire. These are really powerful buffs, or abilities. We're immune to poison, as all undead are. We're cold resistant, as most undead are. Immune to negative energy, immune to unholy pain and torment. This is all basic undead stuff. We float through the air rather than walking. We can equip up to 6 pieces of auxiliary armor in any combination. And we gain armor class when we inflict magical misfortune on nearby enemies. And we will be able to unleash our equipped armor, as I mentioned, once we reach level 13. Very cool. And then we have this cloak, and it is haunted. What does that mean? It doesn't actually say, but it's nice that it gives us this +2 cloak to start, because we can't really wear armor otherwise. I don't know what haunted means. I think it just means that we're wearing it, and so it's just like floating around in our space. And we start with a scroll of butterflies, I guess as just a gift from Zom. Zom doesn't like being bored. So Zom likes it when you keep moving, when you are in battles. If you're just sitting around waiting for things. And look, Zom is healing, regenerating this lizard. Oh, Zom. And what is all this question? What did... Unable to see me? Oh, because I'm... Oh, Zom made us invisible. Oh, Zom. How long is this invisibility going to last? All right, it's starting to run out, I think. But it's also hard to take advantage of those things, because Zom can take those away immediately and just start... Oh my gosh. Oh, the Hobgoblin spirit is torn from its body. Thanks, Zom. Pretty sure that's a Zom thing. Let's back up here. Yeah, and it's helping us out now. We reach level 2. Nice. We probably will want to be a bit stabby, which, Zom might prevent that a little bit. I think we're probably going to want some stealth here. Let's just train stealth. We're not going to... and yeah, I should cap it. Let's start at cap at 9, because we're really high. But we do want to get it up. I think I'm fine with this. Fighting to 3. Sure. All right, this is good. Oh, look at that. Fight to survive, mortal, says Zom. We're gonna run back here a bit. Great, killed. And these are summons, so they don't give us XP even, but... Oh, it's petrified. Oh, that one is. And what did we just do? Weak. It's weak. Stab. Oh my gosh, what? They're not hurting us much. I have stones. Let's throw some stones. Great, it's slowed. What is that now? Oh, it's magic. It's getting its magic is being drained. Oh my goodness. This is so wild. Great. I do want to make sure that we have, like, if we can run back to the lava, that's going to be a nice early safety thing for us. Are we healing? What's our regen? It feels like we're regenning quickly, but that might also just be our Chaos brand healing us on hit. Because it does feel like we're healing quickly. It may also just be that we have low health, so when we naturally regen, it looks strong, but I want to see those messages. Did we heal from being hit? Or from hitting it, rather? HP restored. Oh, that's because we were resting. Yeah, I don't know. I can try to change the RC file so every time... Yes! I want to get throwing up, too. I think once we get fighting to 3... We'll start training some throw. I'm going to start putting some throwing on. Let's get throwing to 6, which is, I think, the min delay for darts. It is. And it won't be hard for us to reach at all. We just berserked the rat. Okay, we're okay. The other thing is, I think some of the debuffs that Zom can do to you... Oh, we're now a beloved toy Zom. Our, how much Zom likes you is pretty random, I think. He does like it when you cause chaos. But he's also very just like... just moody. Whoops. Back up. Okay. Doing great so far. I mean, it's only Dungeon 1. It would be bad if it wasn't great so far, but I still get really nervous with Zom. Malevolent Force fills the dungeon, and we drop 1 floor. We were almost done with that floor. Dropping 1 floor is not a big deal, and Zom liked that. Zom likes it when random stuff like that happens to us. And we do want Zom to like us. Zom can also give us mutations. And I don't know, I don't actually know if undead incorporeal creatures can get mutations. They can't get mutations normally, but maybe from Zom? I don't know. Okay, so this, we can't wear armor, so strength is going to help us. Dexterity does help our short blades. It helps our shields too, and we might end up we probably will end up being a shield user because we don't have a lot of other AC, right? We can't wear other armor. So I think that's going to make sense. And we'll probably do a lot of spell casting, which won't be affected by our armor wearing, but will from our shield. So I think we're going to want Dex and Intelligence. Our Intelligence is a little higher right now. I think at the beginning of the game, we can't even cast any spells yet. So let's go Dex for now. Okay. And I didn't actually check to see if that increased our evasion, but it may have. All right, our fighting got to 3, so our other skills are going to start training up a little faster. We will want a little more fighting, but I want to train some of those other skills up. Let's get throwing to 6. Let's go up here. We're going to get throwing to 6, and then maybe we'll turn it on. And we're getting short blades to 10. That really won't take very long. All right, what's on this floor that we missed? Not a lot. Then a dagger is better for stabbing than a short sword, but it won't be chaos branded. I think Zom can brand other weapons with chaos. I'm not actually sure about that. I'll need to look it up. I was not planning a Zom run, so I did not... Oh, go up. I did not plan that out. Oh, so one of the things that ribbon worms can do is web you, but we can't be webbed. because we're incorporeal. Zom thinks, what's hilarious? Oh, I hit the ribbon. The worm bites me. I hit the worm. It's heavily wounded. Oh, the ribbon worm. Oh, I see. Zom made the ribbon worm more resistant, and Zom thinks it's hilarious. Thanks, Zom. And now Zom made it weak. You feel bolstered by spreading misfortune. Yeah. So look, I'm sure this happened earlier and I just missed it. But because the ribbon worm is weak, has the weak debuff, our AC is 6. We get +3 AC because of our Trickster effect. Trickster is what gives us that AC boost from debuffs. So we've doubled our armor class just from Zom giving this thing a debuff. We feel better. Yeah, we hit the ribbon. We are getting healing from our Chaos brand. That is happening. Oh, that's not great. Okay, we're fine. Whoa, I didn't want all that. Let's back up. Let's continue backing up to the lava while you're poisoned. We can't be poisoned by the adder, so the adder is not as scary as it would ordinarily be. Yeah, come over here. Brilliant. We're brilliant right now. And of course, the more creatures around us that have debuffs, I think the more our armor class goes up. Let's go back down. You blinked. Throwing skill increases. Okay, you're confused. Oh yeah, they finally changed the confused icon from the blind icon. So I guess confused is yellow now, which is helpful. They definitely made some UI improvements in this version, if I recall. You gotta be really on your toes with Zom, because Zom can change your entire situation in an instant. Look what just happened. Would you like more friends, my child? The kobold is charmed. I'm now a special plaything to Zom. And the kobold has a short sword of electrocution, which is I'm glad it's on my side, but it's probably not going to be on my side. I am confused. Let's just wait a little bit. I think this kobold is not going to be confused forever. All right, let's get it. We're confused again. I'm just trying to... Okay, Zom doesn't like this. Run away. I'm hoping... I want these kobolds... Alright, you're being petrified. I want the kobold to fight those other enemies. What is this? The adder is duplicated? Back up. Yeah, come help me, kobold. Also, if you could get poisoned... Oh, the kobold is no longer a friend. Alright, attack it. Yeah, this is a dangerous weapon, so... I don't think we have any RLX. No, we don't. So that could have been very dangerous. We're level 4. I guess I'll pick up the weapon. It's not going to be better than our Chaos brand for us right now because of our Trickster ability. But it is +2, which is better than our +0. And if something is... Well, nothing's weak to electricity. But it is... I don't know. It's actually kind of a tough call. There we go. You're slowed, which increases our armor. Yeah, this is good synergy. This is fine. We haven't found any ancillary armor yet besides the cloak that we started with. That's okay. We hasted the endoplasm, or Zom hasted the endoplasm. It's also hard to know like what our chaos weapon is doing and what Zom is doing without looking at the messages. Both things are happening. We're now a toy of Zom. Okay. Anything we missed on this level? Nope. All right, down to dungeon 3. What do we have? We don't have any scrolls really that we don't have any duplicate scrolls. Let's see if we can stab. Nice. All right, back up. Hasted. Oh, this is very bad. What can I do? I think we need to do something. But also, all right, read butterflies. Go up. Okay, we could have died. I do not regret using those butterflies. Let's go down the other staircase, too, while we're at it. Okay. That was a deadly situation. What? I emit colorful smoke. Just magical condensation. Okay, I don't... Okay. How are skills? Throwing's getting higher, which Curare is really powerful, especially early level. So that's going to be really nice. Yeah, and I like our stealth going up. This is all good. I think one orc is going to be okay. Good. Orc wizard A. So we can be confused. Incorporeal does not prevent us from being confused, as we have seen. Oh, a ring. I'll grab that and run. Our stealth is coming in handy. Let's put on that ring of dexterity. It's gonna be nice. Let's go up this way. Okay. All right, can we get some of those orcs? One at a time. Let's just throw stone. Which our stone throwing should be more relatively effective because of our throwing skill now. More effective than it ordinarily would be. Yeah, come to me. Okay. What's up? Back up. Yeah, come to me. Nope, get out of the way of the priest. Let's go to the stairs. What do you have? A +1 dagger of speed. No, we're not gonna want that. Let's go up and heal. All right, I got you. We're confused, but you are more resistant. Well, that's not great either. Can I back up? Go up. Okay. I don't like that you keep running back. Go up the stairs. Okay. Woof, that hurt. Stop hurting me. Okay, this is better. You're drained, you're poisoned. Great. We're level 5. And we got some more intelligence. Okay. Short swords is getting higher. And that's really good, because the short swords, the faster we hit, the more chaos branding we do. The more, yeah. Okay, good. You're slow. Ooh. Oh. This is bad. I'm going to run. The butterflies are helpful, but you can also smite me, and that could kill us. Okay, we're okay. I'm gonna... Alright, we have a helper here. That should... Okay. Let's go up and heal. That Iron Imp was very nice. Very useful. Thank you, Zom. Thank you, Zom. Look at our little icon. It's like we've got like 2 arms and 1 foot and just a weird little ghost. Nice. All right, we're actually starting to stab. Zom grants us a gift. 2 viscous gray potions. Or a viscous gray potion, and we now have 2. Let's try to remember what the viscous gray potions are, because I wonder what kind of potions Zom favors. All right, you're fine. Okay. I would love more armor. more ancillary armor. One knoll is fine. Okay. Okay. I'm sure I could be making safer decisions. Zom makes a noise. You hear someone calling for help. You hear an angry hiss. Yeah, so just making a lot of noise. But there's a staircase right here, so let's go there. Wait a little bit. An angry hiss is not very scary for us because we're immune to poison. Let's go this way. This is where I want to be. Okay, auto explorer. You're fine. Short blades is level 5. There we go. So poison does not count as a debuff, which is fine. That makes sense. But confusion does. Gray potion. Yeah, let's go up. Whoops. No, let's go up that hatch. Are there other hatches? No. Didn't quite make it to stab. Oh, we got a Quokka Spirit here. I don't know if we're going to have the chance to use it, but before it disappears. Maybe. Trying. I tried, Zom. Great. It's debuffed. Okay. Yes! Pair of gloves. Let's wear it. Sweet. We finish haunting our gloves. That's another piece of armor, another armor class. Okay. I think Zom summoned that Ufatubus. All right, that's dungeon 3. Where's the dagger speed? Yeah, not a lot. How are we doing on scrolls? Okay, we've got some duplicate scrolls now. So I think we're going to read those, but I think we're going to put a cut in here. We're doing okay. First episode, I think going pretty well. One close call. We used a consumable. That was the right move, I think. We've got some potions. I'm excited about identifying those whenever we can. We got to identify the viscous gray ones if I remember. But it might be a few days before I record again, so hopefully I'll remember that. But I'm excited about this new series. I'm excited about exploring the Poltergeist and exploring .33. I enjoyed playing with you today, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.